Alright, hey everybody, my name is Lucian. You're watching The Modern Assassin, an up-to-date guide on how to make the most out of your assassin in Guild Wars. Anyways, this video is for Terra 2 in the Fissure of Foe Speed Clear, Manly Spike, Variation. I'm going to cover everything that's not covered by the wiki, essentially, so you should know the route, and you should know the basics of it, but this will mostly be like guidelines and things that I see a lot of noobs, or new people, excuse me, kind of skip over. So the biggest tip that I can say is, God, don't panic. You're gonna be all right. You have a very safe build on. The build from the wiki, online PVX wiki is very, very safe. I guess it's Guild Wars PVX now. You have Armor of Earth, which you should never actually use except for to cover T1 in case he dies or she dies. And anyways, run past here, take the right, pop those two impalers out of the dirt thingy, and then hug the right, and then aggro these mesmer people in front of the north side of Forge. But don't aggro the abyssal ball, because they will rape you. I can't say that. Anyways, I'm gonna edit that out. Maybe I won't. Anyways, pull these guys into the skeletal group right there, without aggroing the abyssals, and move on to the burning forest. Put your fire shield on. As you know, as long as you have one. You don't actually need a fire shield for this part. It helps if you're like planning on getting stuck at all. But cast it in shadow form. Never forget shadow form. And I usually death charge to the shadow mesmers here because there are abyssals fighting, and they will hardcore body block you. So death charge to the mesmers. Hop up here to the temple tower of strength thingy, and run around this first group. Don't aggro the group on the right. Wait for them to walk away, and then hug the right wall. I didn't do it here, but you don't have to aggro that second group of abyssals. If you wait long enough, you're gonna be fine as long as you only have one group of abyssals on you. If you do aggro both groups, you're gonna be fine. Just don't pop Armor of Earth, because you will not be fine, because the it slows you down so much. So right here, cast an Eye on Unstoppable about 3 seconds before shadow form. Hug this left wall as you go in so you don't aggro the two big groups of healers and shadow people, and everything should break on you or break off of you as far as aggro goes. Running past the cave wolf after taking that quest from Nimros the Hunter called The Hunt, very well named. Run through the cave here. I'm goofing around trying to find like safe spots, because that's kind of like fun to do, but you have Glyph of Concentration, so you don't really need safe spots, but there actually is a safe spot right there. It's pretty cool. Anyways, there are so many safe spots in this place where people cannot hit you that while you're waiting for the restore quest to pop, you can just kind of hunt around for them, because they're everywhere. The geometry in this cave is way off. So, running through the cave, if you've got a piercing shield, that really does help a lot. If you could spend the extra like 3k, it's totally worth it. Just for kind of peace of mind. Running out here, if you do drag the armored cave spiders like super far out, you can just kind of hug this little crystal wall place thingy, so you don't get interrupted when casting shadow form. But sliver down that shard wolf. Don't aggro anything else on the beach, because they will knock you down and they're kind of mean. Cast in shadow form, running back into the cave. You want to go kill the cave wolf now, and then your job will be done until the main team is able to pop Forge and all those quests. But as far as using Glyph of Concentration, you want to cast it ideally when shadow form is about 65% recharged, because that way if your glyph does get interrupted, you can recast it before shadow form is recharged. Or you can cast 2 spells back to back. If you're in a safe spot, you don't need to Glyph of Concentration shadow form. I'm actually going to call it Gawk, because that sounds stupid, but it's way easier to say. Anyways, run up here, sliver down the shard wolf. This guy can be a bitch, honestly. You gotta bring a longbow just in case you have to like drag him way back into the cave, but don't ever aggro those 2 big shadow groups. You only want to aggro that one guy, the shard wolf, and bring him back, and then sliver him down using you can as little as 3 cave wolves, or cave spiders, excuse me, are needed to kill the shard wolf. So right here, hanging a right at the lake of fire. It's big and orange and glowing. You really can't miss it. There are so many ways to do this. This is the Kobe the Betrayer quest, but as long as you have a speed boost on, just run forward. You don't have to play like FoWSC with the aggro or anything. You just can run through. I let my cupcake fall because I wasn't paying attention and I was talking to people in guild chat. But just pop another cupcake or red rock candy or blue rock candy or whatever you have that gives you a speed boost to your IMS or something movement speed. And then you want to pull that group backwards so you can get through here. Kobe was already popped. That's alright. These guys will knock you down if you're below 50% health. The Temple Guardians will. And I lost aggro here, so I had to death charge back, aggro these guys, but I just popped a cupcake again. And if you're having trouble getting through this little crevasse thingy, just pull them back. You want to hug this right wall as you walk in, like I did there. Run up to Kobe, cast your 2 spells. Be sure to be away from the Infernal Worm, and he'll die in a jiffy, even if the healers do come, because that's how it works. You only need 2 groups to kill him, honestly. Any more than that, and it's a waste of time. Be sure that the 2 groups can actually hit you. Otherwise, you will need more than 2 groups. So as long as you pull them backwards, you can go over the bridge, whatever. There's a lot of different ways to do that. But basically, it just takes practice. So right now, some people do the Restore the Temple of War quest before Kobe quest. I don't, because I don't have to. It's a little bit faster to do Kobe, but it only saves about a minute. And as you have the easiest and fastest Terra roll already, you might as well just, do whatever you want, essentially. So right here, going back to do the Restore the Temple of War quest, I'm gawking everything I cast except for Sliver and Ebso, and right here, I got my Sliver Rupted, and Sliver Rupts are the worst Rupts, my opinion, because with Shadow Form Rupts, you will probably die, and with Sliver Rupts, you just get enraged. So a good strategy is either to gawk your Sliver, which I don't recommend, because that means that you're not going to be able to gawk your Shadow Form, which in the end you don't really need to gawk your Shadow Form. But you can cast Ebon Battle Standard of Honor like 3 seconds before you cast your Sliver Armor. And that'll almost every time prevent your Sliver from being interrupted because they'll use their interrupt skill. And right there I popped Armor of Earth because I was freaking out or something, wasn't paying attention. But you'll be fine without Armor of Earth. You can get 2 seeds in 1 Sliver if you don't cast Ebso. And by Ebso I mean Ebon Battle Standard of Honor. But in the end, you have such a fast run anyways that it's fine. So that's the last Seed of Corruption right there. My job is now done, except for everybody to go send the mage. So if your T1 is super slow and doesn't need the mage for a while, you can just kind of run around and find safe spots in the cave because it's fun to do. And Death Charge whenever you need a little bit of speed boost there. You should only need to pop 2 cupcakes for this entire run. It should not take more than 20 minutes unless your main team is a bundle of poo, which happens all too often. But if the main team does need your help, you can go and hold the griffins for them. But you shouldn't have to. So that's Terra 2. I hope this helped. This covered everything that I had questions about when I first started T2ing. But in general, good luck T2ing. The best way to get good at it is to try it, even if you fail. It really just takes practice, as with everything in this game. But at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. And if you do fail, which you probably will eventually, if not the first time or the first 10 times you do it, that's alright. It happens. If people want 100% guaranteed runs, tell them to go do it with their amazing speed clear guild if they're so elite like that. So yeah, if people are giving you shit, just, kill them with kindness and don't leave, because if you leave when you die, that makes people hate you. Never ever leave when you die. So that's the run. Good luck with assassinating in Guild Wars, or assassinating, whatever, sinning, I guess you could say. This audio is going way over the video. That's alright. Good luck.